Today we're going to talk about something that happens more often than you might think. Signs that a girl likes you, but thinks you're not interested. Welcome to Grandma's Wise Vibes, where we give you the real, useful help you need to handle the tricky parts of love and relationships. It's not entirely your fault that many men miss out on beneficial connections with women because they don't pick up on the subtle signals they may be sending. Society has long put pressure on women to be indirect about their feelings, leaving you to decode a mix of quiet glances, fleeting smiles, or thoughtful gestures. The result is often missed opportunities, misunderstandings, and sometimes even regrets. But what if we told you there was a way to break that cycle? If you could learn to recognize these signs with confidence and clarity, that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. By the end, you'll have a thorough understanding of the signs women use to show interest, even when they're sure you're not paying attention. Here's a sneak peek. Could her lingering eye contact, nervous laughter, or thoughtful compliments mean more than you think? Stay tuned, because we're about to reveal the secrets to reading her subtle cues. Get ready to step up your relationship game. Many men don't understand why women hide their interest. To really understand, we need to look at the societal, emotional, and personal factors that affect how women show or hide their feelings. First, let's talk about societal norms and pressures for generations. Traditional gender roles have made women less likely to be open about their romantic feelings. Often perceived as a negative trait, women tend to rely on subtle cues rather than direct statements. Even though modern relationships have changed a lot, these ingrained expectations still exist, especially in cultures that value modesty and restraint. Let's face it, no one enjoys putting themselves out there only to encounter indifference. For women, the stakes can feel even higher, and there's a real fear of being misunderstood or harshly judged if their feelings aren't reciprocated. This fear often makes them play it safe and show their interest through subtle moves, instead of differences between people and cultures also play a big part. Some women are naturally less outgoing because they are shy or introverted. Similarly, a person's past experiences, whether good or bad, can affect how openly they show interest. For instance, an individual who has experienced past hurt might exhibit greater caution. Finally, cultural norms may encourage subtlety as a sign of respect or self-control. Why is it important for you to understand these cultural norms? Dynamics is a game changer because it shows that you're not just paying attention, but also emotionally intelligent and caring, which are two things that women find very beautiful in men. You can better understand her actions and react in a way that builds trust and connection if you know why she does what she does. You'll be able to see through her subtleties and see her interest for what it really is, an invitation to meet. The next section will unveil the hidden signs she has been concealing all along. When she keeps the conversation going, one of the clearest signs she's interested is when she actively participates in keeping it alive, whether it's in person or through texts. For example, she might message you about something seemingly random, like a humorous meme or an article she thinks you'd like. These aren't just casual gestures, they're her way of staying connected. Even when the conversation stalls, she persistently engages by inquiring about your day or delving deeper into your mutual interests. If she's putting time and effort into talking to you, it's a positive sign she values the connection. Pro tip: notice her enthusiasm. If she's consistently engaged in conversations with you, even initiate eating them at times, she's likely trying to show her interest without saying it outright. She finds excuses to be around you if she's always finding ways to be near you. It's not just a coincidence. It's intentional. She might choose a seat close to you at a group event or find reasons to frequent the places you hang out. For example, does she show up at a coffee shop you've mentioned loving, Or perhaps she lingers after group activities just to chat with you a little longer. These small efforts signal that she enjoys your presence and wants to spend more time with you. Pro tip: look for patterns. If she consistently makes an effort to be in your proximity, it's a sign she's interested but hesitant to express it directly. 3. She notices the small details about you. When someone cares, they pay attention. If she remembers tiny details about your life, like your favorite movie, a story you shared weeks ago, or even how you like your coffee, you can tell she's interested because she might bring up these details in conversation to show she's been paying attention. For example, she might say, "I saw a book the other day that reminded me of your favorite author," or "How did your presentation go? You talked about it last week." As a pro tip, don't ignore this. She's trying to show you that she cares by remembering the little things. Maybe she's nervous or fidgety around you because she's figuring out how she feels about you. If she laughs nervously, avoids long-term eye contact, or plays with her hands or jewelry when you're nearby, that's not a sign that she's not interested. It means she feels self-conscious because she likes you. Tip: keep a friendly, approachable attitude to help her feel at ease. Over time, her calmness indicates a strong connection between her nerves and her feelings for you. 5. She carefully compliments you. Compliments are a subtle but powerful way to show interest. If she frequently expresses her admiration for you, but does not limit herself to kind words, it is likely that she is communicating her appreciation and respect for you. For example, she might say that beautiful color looks wonderful on you and really brings out your eyes. When she praises you, she usually means it by focusing on specific things she likes about you. Tip: pay attention to her tone and how often she thanks you. If she's being thoughtful and saying it a lot, she probably wants you to notice her. 6. Interested, she responds to your social media posts. In today's digital world, social media engagement is a modern love language. If she consistently likes your posts, comments on your updates, or replies to your stories, she's probably trying to stay on your radar. For example, she might say something like, "That trail looks amazing," on a photo of your weekend hike. "I've always wanted to go to these events, especially when they happen often." Her attention is on you, and she wants to connect. Tip: tell the difference between casual conversations and regular exchanges. The fact that she is responding to most of your posts indicates that her actions are not just pleasant, but deliberate. She appears to be expressing her anger toward him. Unspoken feelings often manifest as subtle jealousy. If she acts or changes how she feels when she sees you talking to another woman, it's probably because she sees you as more than just a friend. She might tease you by saying things like, "You and Sarah seem to be getting close," or she might be quiet and not seem as interested when another woman is around. Pay close attention to how she behaves in groups. If she pays more attention or protects you when other women are around, she might be feeling stronger than she's telling you. She mimics your actions. Mirroring is an unconscious way to connect and build rapport. She may be copying your speech or body language without you realizing it. If you lean forward while talking, she might do the same. Or if you pick up your drink, she might do the same. These small, almost unnoticeable actions show that someone feels at ease and interested in them. Change your stance or gesture a little and see if she follows. If she does, it's likely that she's interested. 9. She tells you personal things. If a woman feels safe and connected with you, she'll start to share more private parts of her life. For instance, she might open up to you about her dreams or past experiences that she wouldn't share with anyone else. She'll do this to test your trust and see if you'll reciprocate. If she trusts you enough to be vulnerable, it means she wants the relationship to grow. Being genuinely interested in her stories will strengthen your relationship and encourage her to share more. Teeny looks for reassurance. Assurance. If she likes you but thinks you're not interested, she might look for subtle encouragement. You could express this by asking a vague question such as, "Do you think I'm good at this?" or by making a comment that aims to gauge your opinion of her. "I'm unsure if you noticed, but I put a lot of effort into that show." This isn't just a test of your self-doubt. It's also her way of seeing if you see her the same way she does. Pro tip: give her positive, real feedback. Saying something nice or giving her a small praise can really show her that you notice and value her work. Why do so many men miss these signs? Why do men miss the small signs that women send their way? It's usually due to cultural conditioning, self-doubt, and the everyday distractions of life, rather than a lack of intelligence or sensitivity. Let's break it down. First, there's cultural conditioning. From a young age, many men learn that their romantic interests should be clear and direct. Society often portrays attraction in movies and TV shows as big actions or clear statements. As a result, men learn to read too many signals and may find it challenging to understand the more subtle cues women use to show interest. Men often overlook or dismiss signals that don't align with these expectations. Then, there's the problem of overthinking and self-doubt. Let's be honest. How many times have you doubted someone's actions, telling yourself that they were just being nice or happening by chance? For many men, insecurity makes them miss these signs instead of believing their gut. They play down her efforts because they don't want to look like they don't understand what's going on. Distractions are also very important. When you're busy with work, hobbies, and other things, it can be simple to miss the quieter signs that someone might be giving you. Being too focused on your own goals or habits can make it challenging to see when someone is trying to get closer to you. What should you do? The key is in. Increasing knowledge can help close the communication gap. Start by being present when you talk to her. Really listen to what she has to say and watch how she moves. Small things like making eye contact or asking thoughtful questions can help you pick up on subtle signs. One more tip. Think about your own fears and doubts. Remember that reading interest isn't about being perfect. It's about being open and aware. If you allow yourself to trust your gut, you'll be more likely to notice her efforts and respond appropriately. In the end, recognizing these signs isn't just about understanding her feelings. It's about making deeper, more meaningful connections. So take a moment to slow down, be present, and really see the people around you. You might be surprised by what you find. Next, we'll talk about how to respond when you notice these signs and take the first steps toward building a real connection. After learning how to handle these signs, stay tuned for more. The next step is learning how to react. Understanding her subtle cues is one thing, but how you respond to them will determine the success or failure of your connection. Here's how to do it step by step. Step 1. Getting through this process. Thank her for her efforts first and foremost. Thank her for her efforts in demonstrating interest. Many women won't say, "I like you," but their actions say a lot. If you notice that she's keeping conversations going, remembering little things, or finding ways to be with you, let her know. For example, if she remembers a small detail about your favorite hobby, you could say, "Wow, I can't believe you remembered that. That's really thoughtful of you." This shows her that you see her efforts and encourages her to keep being herself. Genuinely thanking her for her efforts builds trust. This shows her that you notice her subtle actions and value the link she's trying to make. We can build comfort through talking to each other. Providing a safe and comfortable environment for her to converse is crucial, as many women hesitate to fully disclose themselves due to fear of judgment or rejection. By encouraging open conversation, you can help them feel more at ease. It's easier for her to talk about how she feels when you ask her deep, meaningful questions that show you care about her as a person. For example, instead of asking, "How was your day?" or "What have you been working on lately?" Ask her something more in depth. Then pay attention to her answers and validate her feelings. If she tells you something personal, show her you understand and care. This makes her feel valued and helps her be herself around you. Communication goes both ways, so share parts of your own life and experiences to keep the conversation fair. This two-way sharing strengthens the relationship and builds trust. Take the lead respectfully. Once you've built trust and comfort, it's time to make the first move. If you know she's interested, ask her out, but be polite and thoughtful. For example, if you've noticed she's trying to be around you, suggest spending time with her in a more casual setting. You could say something like, "I really enjoy talking to you. How about we grab coffee sometime?" Keep it light and non-threatening so she can say yes or no. Tip: time is important. You should wait until she is ready and feels comfortable before moving forward. Being respectful will show her that you care about how she feels. Step 4. Do not misread the signs. When you think someone likes you, it's easy to assume they do, but it's best to ask her for confirmation to ensure there are no mistakes. It's simple to mistake small signs of friendliness for genuine ones, so pay attention to patterns in her behavior and ask her open-ended questions if you're not sure what she means. For example, you could say, "I've noticed we've been spending a lot of time together. It's been wonderful getting to know you. How do you feel about that?" This allows her to express her thoughts without you assuming anything. Remember not to rush. Making a bond takes time, and Step 5. The more you pay attention and talk to her, the clearer her thoughts will become. Encourage talks that are open and honest. Open and honest communication is the key to a strong relationship. Once you've acknowledged her interest and reciprocated, continue creating a space where both of you feel comfortable sharing your thoughts and feelings. Be clear about your intentions and encourage her to do the same. For example, you could say, "I really enjoy spending time with you, and I'd like to see where this goes. How do you feel about that?" This level of honesty clears up any confusion and builds trust. Pro tip: being honest doesn't mean being too formal. Do not stop talking honestly and realistically. Focus on getting to know each other and working towards shared goals. In short, responding to her signs means finding a balance between recognizing her efforts to make you feel better, taking the lead, being respectful, being clear about your goals, and encouraging open communication. If you do these things right, they can lead to a meaningful connection that goes beyond subtle cues. Don't miss this conversation about common mistakes people make when trying to figure out what she meant. Because sometimes even the best goals can go wrong, it's important not to miss this conversation. Sometimes, even when someone means well, they can misunderstand what someone else is doing. Here are some common mistakes you should avoid when interpreting her subtle signals. Not all acts of friendliness or kindness are romantic. For example, just because she remembers your birthday or compliments your shirt doesn't mean she's interested in you romantically. Sometimes these things are just her personality or way of being nice. Making hasty judgments could result in uncomfortable situations or potentially strain your existing relationship. Next, don't overanalyze her behavior. It's important to pay attention to subtle cues, but analyzing every word, action, or gesture can put too much pressure on both of you. Overthinking can also lead to misunderstandings, like thinking she's avoiding you when she's just busy. Instead of focusing on single moments, look at patterns and consistency in the way she acts. Lastly, respect her limits. It's important to pay attention to her signs, but it's also important to respect her space and feelings. It can be offensive to try too hard or assume someone is interested without being clear about it. Always treat her with kindness and respect. making sure she feels at ease and important when you talk to her. When you're not sure what to think about someone's actions, it's best to step back and look at them as a whole before reacting. Here are the signs that indicate she likes you but believes you're not interested, along with the mistakes you should avoid when interpreting them. If you know how to read these subtle cues, they can convey more than just words, from maintaining the conversation to mirroring your actions. Remember that understanding these signs is about emotional intelligence and being in tune with others, not just dating. Trust your gut. Allow events to unfold at their own pace, and don't hesitate to take action when it feels appropriate. We want to know what you think. Have you missed or misread these signs before? Tell us about it in the comments below, and if you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more real, relatable relationship tips. Glad you watched Grandma's Wise Vibes. See you in the next one.